Hey YouTube, it's Black, back after a semi-long hiatus because I've been looking for a job to stabilize myself and I haven't been able to record as often as I like. But I'm back today with probably the final update for a while for my Sylvan deck, and as you can see, I've seriously slimmed the deck down. It's going to be 41 cards because Princess Sprout is not up on Dev Pro yet, so I can't show it to you, but I have a page open where I can explain it to you. It's a hell of a lot faster. It is very, very, very deadly now, and everybody knows how good Sylvans are going to be. The only downside to this is that this deck is going to make me cry rivers of blood when I have to pay to get this stuff. But for now, let me run through the deck profile and show you some of the changes and why they're in there now. So starting off, we have 3 Sylvan Hermit Trees like normal, 2 Sylvan Sage Koyas, 1 Sylvan Fairy Lotus or Lotus Swain as it's known now, 2 Flower Knights, only 2 Martial Leafs now. This Kari Bandit is actually not a Kari Bandit. It's going to be replaced with this Sylvan Princess Sprout, which was one of the world premieres from Primal Origin, and it is a level 1 light plant with 100 attack, 100 defense, and the effect of you can only activate each effect of Sylvan Princess Sprout once per turn. So you can activate both of these effects in the same turn. First effect is you can tribute this card, activate the top card of your deck, send it to the graveyard, then you can place 1 Sprout monster in your graveyard on top of your deck. If this card is excavated from the deck and sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can declare a level from 1 to 8, special summon this card from the graveyard, and if you do, it becomes that level. Now this, I agree with the Silent Enigma when he said this card is not broken, it is not bad, it is good for the archetype. Therefore, that's why I'm playing 2. It actually replaced one of the copy plants I had in the deck. It eliminates the fact that I can that minus I get from normal summoning copy plant and getting it Veilered, because if she gets Veilered when she's summoned, I can just tribute it off anyway and still get the excavate effect and still put it on top of the deck if I need to. Also, this card combos brilliantly with Sylvan Hermit Tree and Sylvan Sage Koya, because you can immediately go into a rank 8 or a rank 7 from there with just that one card. So from that, I will be playing 2 of these in the deck. I was able to pick one up at the sneak peek. They're going for about $4 to $5 at the moment, so I'd pick them up now if you want to play the deck. And moving on to back to the actual deck profile, I'm still playing the 2 Lone Fires, the Dandy and the Spore, the regular plant lineup. Only 2 Peacekeepers now, and there's a reason for that and the Martial Leaf, and I'll explain later. 1 Copy Plant, and 2 Rose Archers will cap out the monster count. For spells, we have the obvious 2 Soul Charges. That Quasar combo too good. 1 Foolish Burial, 1 1-for-1, 3 Sylvan Charities, 2 MSTs, 3 Miracle Fertilizers. Hey buddy. 2 Mount Sylvanias, 1 Bottomless, 2 Breakthrough Skills, 1 Compulse, and 2 Black Horn of Heavens. Now, do not take this extra deck as law. I'm still working on it. There are a couple things I want to add and a couple things I want to take out. But for now, it is Shooting Star Dragon, Scrap Dragon, Stardust Dragon, Black Rose Dragon, Paladin Zekrom, Hyper Librarian, Cataster, Formula, Felgrand, Alcé, 1 Aurea, the Sylvan High Arbiter, a Big Eye, Silent Honor Arc, Gagaga Cowboy, and Metquit Engineer. Now, getting into some of the changes that you can see. Why is Lotus Swain in there? Most deck profiles you may have seen do not play Lotus Swain at all. Now, with the slimmer version of this deck, I did have to cut 1 Peacekeeper and 1 Martial Leaf. So, there are times where I'm going to be using these quickly and I need a way to recover. Lotus Swain pretty much covers that job. If I draw it, I can put it back in the deck with Sylvan Charity and excavate it later if I feel like it. But he's in there for that sheer fact, and the fact that he can make Spore level 6, which helps in the long run. Plus, since he's got 2300 attack, he's not a bad choice to bring back from Miracle Fertilizer. And plus, his ability to excavate cards off the top of my deck equal to the number of monsters my opponent controls works well with Princess Sprout and any other Sylvan in the deck. 2 Flower Knights now because you need more good normal summons, because 1 Summon limit hurts this deck severely, and 1 macro hurts this deck, so you need at least a good monster to normal summon, and that excavate on normal summon helps the deck out immensely. Only 2 Sage Koyas because you don't want to fill your field up with Sage Koyas. Also, these cards are $30 fucking a piece, and there's no way in hell I'm paying $90 for a playset. So I said, you know, I'm just gonna run 2, and that has been working for me for best. It really sucks that he doesn't have the draw effect of Hermit Tree, but hey, it works. Still keeping the 3 Hermit Trees because I like 3 Hermit Trees, and I like having a lot of level 8s to spam, because I mostly go for rank 8s in the deck, or just beat you down with trees. Now, why only 2 Martial Leafs? As good as Martial Leaf is for the deck, and as good as that Monster Pop effect is, this is not a good normal summon. I hate having to summon Martial Leaf, and most of the time I avoid it. I will hold a Martial Leaf in hand, or I will drop that thing with Sylvania as fast as I can, until I either draw Charity, or I have the ability to drop it for something better. So 3 was getting too cloggy. I was drawing into this card too frequently when I wanted to keep it in the deck, so there was a video I watched where a guy was only running 2 Martial Leafs, and he was like, you know, this works better, it's more efficient, and I was like, you know what, that's a great idea. Decided to run 2, been loving it ever since. Like I said, this is now a Princess Sprout. I explained how good Princess Sprout is, and Kree Bandit, while good for the deck and getting to your spells faster, you don't want to waste that normal summon in the deck when you rather save it for something like Princess Sprout or Lone Fire Blossom, which is the next card and the card you should max out on if you're playing this deck. It's a Lone Fire, it's really good. Dandy, because Dandy makes tokens and Dandy's a good plant monster, plus Dandy, Lone Fire and Soul Charge equals Quasar or TG Halberd Cannon. Spore is the obvious. I've seen most decks take out Spore. I like Spore because I like going into Formula to get that additional draw, plus being able to go for higher Synchros or Exceed from there. Same reason for Martial Leaf is the same reason I have 2 Ps in the deck. It's a lot more efficient. If you need it, you can stack it, and it really sucks when you have to draw and summon this card. So it's better just to cut it down to 2 and rely on the bigger monsters to pull that out. Also, if I use up both of them and I happen to excavate Lotus Swain or Fairy Lotus, I can just put them all back in the deck and run from there. No matter how good Princess Sprout is, I still really love Copy Plant, so I decided just to keep 1 in the deck and leave it to function from there. It's still serving its purpose as the level manipulator plus an extra level 1 tuner just in case I use Spore. Now, the next edition, Rose Archer is back, because Rose Archer is back out, and I'm so happy. When I found out Rose Archer was coming in Primal Origin, I said, you know what, screw Trap Protection, I have Rose Archers now, because most of the time you're going to be keeping a plant on field, so whatever your opponent tries to do, they try to do Torrential, they try to do Bottomless, they try to do Compulsed, Fiendish, whatever, you can just drop Rose Archer and prevent that, which is a really good combo with this deck, because most of the time this will never be a dead card in your hand, and if you want something just fun to summon and you need that extra 1,000 points of damage, Rose Archer per game. Now, Soul Charge, the eponymous Soul Charge. You do not need to explain Soul Charge. Soul Charge and Lone Fire is still one of the most broke combos out in the game right now. In most decks where I play Soul Charge, I only run 2 Soul Charge because I anticipate this card either getting semi-limited or limited, so I get used to playing 1 to 2 in decks. Foolish, because Foolish is a good setup for the deck. I actually thought about taking Foolish out, and I played a couple games without Foolish, but then I realized I kept getting these stuck in hand, and it sucked. So I was like, you know what, screw it, I'm putting Foolish back in it, and I'm just in case I have dead cards, I need Dandy or Spore in the graveyard, and I need a Miracle Fertilizer target. 1 for 1 to get to Spore. It used to be only to get to Spore faster or Copy Plant, but now that since Princess Sprout is out, it's become more useful because Hermit Tree Princess Sprout is a really good combo, so that 1 for 1 just became better. Plus it sets up graveyard by sending one of these or one of these to the graveyard to pull back with Miracle Fertilizer later. The obvious 3 charities that draw power and that stack power. 2 MSTs for over Komastromo because I don't like setting Komastromo anymore because after it's flipped, I mostly can't do anything with it. So I decided, you know what, just screw it, I'll replace it with MST, and it's been working for me. Still got the 3 Miracle Fertilizers and the 2 Mount Sylvanias. Thanks to Charity and Flower Knight, I can search this card wherever I want. So I didn't see the reason of running 3, but 2 is still good because the card is still kind of necessary for the deck to function properly because it sets up your next Excavate. Now the last thing I wanted to talk about was the trap lineup. Now Wiretap came out, and of course I was like, oh yeah, I gotta stick a Wiretap in this deck because it's free trap negation and doesn't destroy whatever it summons. So I was like, I tried wiretapping the deck, kept drawing wiretap, kept never using wiretap, so I was like, you know what, screw it. I'm just going to play Rose Archer instead, because in case I go up against artifacts or something, or they play Theosophy, I can just drop Rose Archer to negate it. Yes, it will destroy Theosophy, and Theosophy will go off, but still, I'd rather them not have that artifact on field and take the -1 by having them destroy my plant. So I simplified my trap lineup, only going for direct destruction and spot removal. So now I have a bottomless, 2 breakthrough skills, just in case I don't have Rose Archer and I need that quick negation. Plus I can use this twice against decks and monsters that have ever-present effects. That 1 Compulse, and the ever so important now, Black Horn of Heaven, because Exciton is a bitch for this deck and I really hate dealing with it, so I'd just rather Black Horn it away, bottomless, or Compulse it. So basically I simplified all my traps to deal with stuff in case when I don't have the answer for it. And as I said before, the extra deck still needs some work. I'm currently working on it and balancing things out, but for now that is the deck profile. A few extra things, as you can see, is that third, I do have that 3rd leaf sided in case I need it. Cherub Sprout, I'm still kind of iffy on, because Princess Sprout pretty much does his job a hell of a lot better. The 3rd Sylvania is probably completely out of this deck. I just have it stored here for a while, and if you don't have Breakthrough Skill, you can play Divine Wrath, because these trees will get stuck sometimes. And if you don't want to play Trade-In or don't have Charity, you can just play Divine Wrath so you can hit every effect as it happens. But that's about the deck profile. Let me know what you guys think about it, if there are any changes that could be made, if you see any improvements, or if you have any other stories that you've been testing, or even if there was something you didn't understand, just leave it in the comments below and I'll talk to you from there. But as always, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay black, and I will see you next time.